I'm recording this live from Yongsan Station at the Starbucks, and boy, getting here was a journey. I'm staying near Samgakji Station, which is near the Korea War Memorial. I learned today when I talked with Victoria that today is Korea's War Memorial holiday, national holiday. I wonder, does that mean that there are more people out here than normal? I don't know. Seoul is a very densely populated city. I got a glimpse of that today when I rode the train, the subway, for the first time in midst of all of that. And so the people were, I mean, they were just packed in there. Like, I only thought the Japanese got packed inside of their subways like that, but here in Korea it's the same thing. So I left the Samgakji area, and it wasn't raining as hard as it is now. It wasn't coming down. It was just lightly sprinkling, and I felt that was fine. I had this hooded sweatshirt. I left my umbrella back in the apartment because I figured I'd be able to get a taxi, one, or hop on the bus easily from that location. Well, I was wrong. With the taxi situation, I think I should have just. There was one particular taxi that I should have just jumped in, just like opened the door, or at least tried to open the door. It was at the taxi driver was at the light waiting for people to cross, pedestrians to cross, and I was one of the pedestrians. I should have just like opened his door and said, "Hey, can you take me over here?" But I didn't, and I learned how to get from where I was to where I am now, which is good. Everything is good. It's all good. So I did the. So I got from where I was in the rain. It was sprinkling though, but then it started to come down a little bit harder, and then I got to a little convenience store so that I could stand under the awning and figure out where next to go or how to next navigate and maneuver from here. And then I moved to the next location, and then I decided just to keep walking. The rain abated just only a little, but enough for me to not get soaking wet and make it to the subway station, which was awesome. So I got to the subway station, and then I went downstairs, and I figured I could get to this location easily, but I was wrong. I had to go north before I could go south. A little frustrated, but I followed faithfully. I followed the instructions, and within like 10 minutes, I was at my destination, and I thought, well, that was easy. No biggie, really. But I did have to ride amongst all of those other passengers, and we were just like packed in there, and it was chaotic. And the woman, of course, I'm the Weiguki and I'm the foreigner, so she noticed me and she said, "Go to the front of the line." Foreigner privilege, right? I never take advantage of that type of stuff. And so she's like, "Just go to the front of the line." So I get to the front of the line, but I'm standing in an awkward position. Like, I know I'm not supposed to stand where I'm standing, but I'm too polite to jump in front of someone else. The lady told me go down and stand in the front, so she comes up behind me, pushes me off to the side, and she says, "No, stand here." And I said, "Okay." The doors open, and when the train arrives, and then the doors open, and just before the doors open and the people exit, I turn and I give her a bow, and she's like, "Yep, I helped you." Bows. So that was really smooth, really cool, really really cool. To be the foreigner and to get foreigner privilege and skip to the front of the line like that, that was pretty cool because there were a lot of people waiting to get on the subway. The one thing that I'm thinking about now is, sadly, all of the Korean disasters that have ever occurred, and the Koreans who lost their lives in those situations where they were so densely packed, or for one reason or the other, whether they were on a trip, on a boat that eventually capsizes and they all perish, or they are trapped in a department store that's structurally been compromised because of the air conditioning system on the roof. That happened, I think, in the 1990s, a very long time ago. Then, or any other, major disaster. Like it's just like if something were to happen, man, you're screwed. Period. Yeah, they have exits and stuff like that, but man, they're screwed. Now, I say they are screwed, but being that I was in the same position as them, I was like, oh my gosh, we would be screwed. I would be screwed. Like, oh man, I'm right there with them, with the people. So it's like, whoa. One realization, not really a realization, but it's just a reality that I'm confronted with once again. Like being an individual in Korea is difficult. Like I went to the restaurant just to eat, just wanted to eat for one person, and they served me, or rather, I couldn't order a simple meal for one person, one individual. Let me give you an example. Okay, let me give you the details. I went to have chicken, and they served me this big bowl of chicken, tantamount to maybe like a maybe like a 8-piece chicken thing from KFC in the States. And the thing about it was, you could only buy that. Nothing else came with it. So if you wanted to add more, if you wanted to have a variety of food, if you wanted to have a healthier meal, you have to add, a side dish. There was no set. It wasn't as if you can order 8 pieces of chicken, that dish, and it comes with fries. No. Nothing comes with it. You just have to eat the chicken. You're done. And so that was a little frustrating to realize, just like, and you know what the thing was? Even the picture had chicken and fries in it. And then the manager explained to me, ignore the picture. The chicken does not come with French fries. I was like, what? That's false advertisement. What are you doing? That's Korea for you. And so the amount of food that I received a big basket of chicken, and then also some fries, and it was just like overkill. So after a few bites, number one, I wasn't pleased with what I was eating, because I've eaten fried chicken 3 times already. This was my 3rd time having fried chicken in Korea, okay? Because it's like the only thing that I can easily order. Like if I go into a restaurant, I either have to prepare myself to eat a very Korean meal, if I'm going to just have a small dish or something. If I'm going to go for something small, I can go into one of those places, a gimbap little restaurant, which I don't really want to eat that. See, I'm stuck between, I don't want to eat that, but I have to eat it, and I have to buy that portion of it because I'm in Korea, because this is how they serve. Because when people eat, they're not eating individually. You eat in groups. You go out with your friends and you share the food and you share the meal. So that's what it is. That's what it boils down to. So those are the realities being here in Korea, things that I've been confronted with. And 9 years ago, this place was extremely different. And the thing that I was looking forward to at this particular moment, the reason why I'm at this Starbucks, is because next to the Starbucks here in Yongsan is the Dragon Hill sauna, or the Jimjobang, 24-hour sauna. You can go shower, rest, get rejuvenated, dip into a cold pool, a hot pool, and get all of this good stuff. It's closed. It's absolutely closed. Not only has that business closed down, but many other business, if not all of the businesses around the country, have closed that catered to public bathhouses. And I'm really salty about that. I'm like, man, what's going on? That was such a delight having that experience available in Korea. Almost, it was ubiquitous, Every city you go to, Korea had a Jimjilbang, that's what it is called. And now nothing. Yeah, so now it seems it's become an extremely difficult and uncomfortable country. Before, this was the most comfortable place to be. It was a hotel country. Everywhere that you could find hotels and motels, so you could move around the country easily and stay anywhere very cheaply. You can slide on into a public bathhouse and get cleaned up. And so you didn't have to worry about really making plans for where or how you were going to move. There were places to stay clean, stay comfortable, rest, get rejuvenated all around the country. And it made for a very comfortable existence. Now, in my opinion, this is very uncomfortable. And I don't know what the Koreans would say about it. I don't know what the Koreans, yeah, this is something that I would like to know from Koreans. So if there are any Koreans who are watching this, then kudos to you for watching my channel. But I'd like to know, what have you noticed? What kind of changes have you seen happen, take place in Korea? And specifically, I'm talking about those Koreans who are older, in their 30s, who watched these changes over the last 10 plus years, right? Those are the Koreans I want to hear from. So hopefully I can get some responses from there and get the ball rolling. But yeah, Korea is a very different place. Seoul is a very different place. Busan, I did not go to a jjimjilbang in Busan. I haven't been to a jjimjilbang. Haven't been to a sauna in Korea. Pohang is extremely, drastically, dramatically different. Businesses closed everywhere you look. You could walk down the street and businesses would be open very, very late, or 24 hours. Those businesses are closed. That's a shocker. In Pohang, in Busan, some of the same activity. I've seen some of the same activity in Busan, from the traditional market to the malls and other places. My timing was off because I went to Thursday Party, the bar that I frequented when I was here years ago. I went there on a Sunday night, and Sunday nights are notorious for being, empty, peaceful, really. And it was quite peaceful. I enjoyed myself. That was the first night I had chicken, and see, they served me chicken tenders with French fries, so they spoiled me at Thursday Party. Shout out to Thursday Party. And when I met with Sylvia, then we also had chicken and chips, chicken and French fries. And then today I was alone, and I had to order enough chicken and French fries for Sylvia and I, but Sylvia wasn't there with me, so it is what it is. All right, y'all. Those are my rant. That's my rant, my gripes, my momentary pet peeves about Korea at this moment. Things have drastically changed. I haven't been here in 9 years. It's not as if I am uncomfortable because of these changes. I'm actually more comfortable than ever. I'm surprised. Everywhere that I go, I've been using Korean like I'm Korean, and they speak to me in Korean, and I speak to them, and I'm like, when I was here before, I would try to speak to them in Korean, but they would try to speak to me in English. So it was a struggle for me, but now it seems as if they just look at me like, Korean. And they're right. And I've been able to communicate with them. So I'm like, wow, that's interesting. There's no longer a struggle. No longer a struggle. And now there are times when people do use English with me. They just assume, okay, he speaks English, I have to use the English with him. But when I use Korean, what's really impressive, or to me personally, is that they get the sense that I understand enough Korean that they switch to Korean with me. Like in LA, if I'm trying to speak Spanish to a Spanish speaker, they're just going to keep going with English because they're like, come on, dude. You're not Latino. You're not an Hispanohablante. We're not. I'm just going to give you English. And only if I'm very, very adamant about it will they switch to Spanish. But in Korea here, they were just like, oh, you don't speak Korean. Oh, you do? Okay, let's go in Korean. We're good. So, all right, that's what I'm talking about. IC 10-9. on Korean War Memorial holiday, Victoria's birthday. Birthdays and holidays when they coincide and they hit, it's a special thing, y'all. Just like Hangalal and my birthday when they hit. Yeah, peace and blessings from IC 109. I'm out.